was appointed by Governor Rod Blagojevich just weeks before Governor Blagojevich had been arrested and charged with trying to sell the seat and benefit personally from it. So we will expect to hear Senator Burris to come out today, say that he's not running, and you're absolutely correct. Yep. He's had a very hard time, Rick, raising money.
All right, let's listen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all that energy. We're going to need it. Thank you for joining me here today. I'm here to talk about some important issues, about the importance of representing the wonderful people of Illinois and how important the United States Senate is to the future of our country. When I was named to the Senate back in December, I stated that I would serve a 2-year term. I felt strongly at that time that Illinois needed 2 full-time senators, and I still feel that way. I have served the good people of this state for 30 years. Public service means working, advocating, and fighting for your constituents and their needs. Day in and day out, that has been my commitment. And I've tried to do that every day of my career. And I'm honored to be a member of the United States Senate at such a critical time in our nation's history. We have a new president with bold ideas for programs dealing with health care, the economy, jobs, schools, and the environment, all important issues for the people of our state and our nation. I am proud to follow in his footsteps in the Senate, and I look forward to continuing to work with him on the pressing issues of our time. The United States Senate will be at the center of debate for all of those issues. I've been a member of that body now for 7 months, and I've been seeing firsthand that my colleagues are thoughtful, dedicated, and loyal Americans. That's Democrats and Republicans alike. And it is my hope that we can come together and work together in a bipartisan manner to address these important topics. Now, let me say this. The last point of my remarks deal with my future plans. And ladies and gentlemen, life is about choices. Make no mistake, I love serving in the United States Senate. Make no mistake about that. I love serving the people of Illinois. Make no mistake about that. I'm the only African American serving in the Senate, and I believe that diversity and representation, represent all segments of our society, is essential to who we are as a nation. We must have diversity. The reality of being in the United States Senate today requires not only a significant time commitment to performing the job, but an almost equal commitment to raising funds to run competitively for the office. Political races have become far too expensive in this country.
Harry Reid, come up with the money, Harry Reid.
And I'm making this decision. I'm making this decision, I was called to choose between spending my time raising funds or spending my time raising issues for my state. I believe that the business of the people of the state of Illinois should always come first. The business of our state should come first. And so today, I have returned to the place where my political journey began back in 1978. Back to the south side of Chicago, back to my community and my constituency, to announce, my friends, that I will not be a candidate in the 2010 election, and that I will not run for the United States Senate seat. Last January, the same month that I was seated, President Obama and Vice President Biden swept into the office, setting our country on a new course and reaffirming the truth of the American dream. The Obama administration and the Democratic-led Congress is bringing transformational changes to this nation, and it is an exciting time to be in public service. More exciting and more filling with hope and possibility than at the time, any time, that I can remember.
There you have it. Roland Burris has just announced that, in fact, as expected, he will not be running for that Senate seat once again. You know, it's interesting. Let me bring Mark Preston once again into this conversation. Is that the real decision, the one we expected he would give, and the one, in fact, that he did give, that he's just not going to be able to raise the money? Or was this guy strong-armed by some members of the Democratic Party who said, look, we're going to let you stay in office for this term, but given all that has come out about you and your relationship and your conversations with Governor Blagojevich, do us a favor, don't run again?
Rick, if you were to consider strong-arming not supporting Roland Burris in his re-election bid, then I guess you could say that. The fact of the matter is Roland Burris is trying to say that he wants to focus on the issues of Illinois, and raising money is really too time-consuming. The fact of the matter is Democrats in Illinois, Democrats in Washington, D.C. did not want him to run again. He came in under this very big cloud. The fact is he was also appointed by a governor who had been arrested by federal authorities, so they did not want him to run.
And that taints him. I mean, he's damaged goods, isn't he? I mean, as far we can look at it any which way we try. Maybe some of it was his fault, maybe some of it wasn't his fault, because he was trying to get a job at a time when there was a governor handing out the job who was being wiretapped by the FBI. So bottom line is, though, he's tainted.
Bottom line, look, he is tainted. He was never going to be supported by the Democratic establishment. There's a whole host of other Democrats right now seriously looking at the seat. He was not going to get the backing. This is his way to get out gracefully.
All right, now let's move on to the future before I let you go. If he's not going to run, who would we be looking at in the next go-around, either on the Republican or on the Democratic side that you know of, that would possibly jump up and take this seat and be competitive for it?
All right, let me throw a couple names out there very quickly, Rick. On the Republican side, Congressman Mark Kirk, he's a Republican. He has been telling Republican leadership folks here in Washington, D.C. that he is going to get in the race. Democrats, who they wanted to get in the race, the Attorney General, Lisa Madigan, said just a few days ago that she would not run for the Senate. So there are three people we're looking at right now. We're looking at the state treasurer. His name is Alexei Giannoulias. He is someone who's seriously looking at the race. We're looking at Chris Kennedy, who's the son of Robert F. Kennedy, who is seriously looking at the race. And we're also looking at the Chicago Urban League president, Cheryl Jackson. These are three Democrats right now, Rick, who could vie for the primary.
What about another famous son? What about Jesse Jackson Jr.?
Well, good point to bring up. Jesse Jackson Jr., in fact, wanted to be appointed to this seat and, of course, got caught up in this whole Blagojevich scandal. We have not heard his name. We know that, for the most part, Democratic congressmen from Illinois are not in this race right now.
Wow. Mark Preston, man, you always got your finger on the pulse of things, no matter where it is, Chicago politics included, I guess. My thanks to you. We'll bring you back if there's anything else going on with this. We'll obviously monitor the rest of the speech, and if there's any news or any great heated debate between him and some of the supporters there, or some of the reporters who are there. We'll bring you that as well. Thanks again, Mark.
Thanks, Rick.
All right, here's what we're going to have.